Munatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janaballava Girivaradhari Gopi Janaballava Girivaradhari Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Ramo Ramo Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ramo Ramo Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jam Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivakacharya Sarasri Srimad His Divine Grace Śrīla Bhakti-vedanta Goswami Maharaj Śrīla Prabhupāda ki jai. Śrīla Bhakti-siddhanta Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki jai. Thakur Bhakti Vinoda ki jai, Shri Guru Parampara ki jai, Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. Go Premananda Hari Hari Bo. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. All together, please. Om Jnana Timirandasya Ganandana Salakaya Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yukta Padakamalang Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sarvetam Savadutam Prijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padang Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karana Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapcha Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavanishwari Vrishabhana Suta Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, translation and commentary by His Divine Grace Śrīla Prabhupāda. Today's verse is number 18 of chapter 22, 10th canto, chapter entitled Krishna Steals the Gopīs' Garments. So, please repeat. Bhagavān, āhatā, vīkṣya, śuddha-bhāva-prasāditaḥ, skandhe, nidhāya, vāsāṁsi, prītaḥ, provāca, sa-smitam, bhagavān āhatā vīkṣya, śuddha-bhāva-prasāditaḥ, skandhe nidhāya vāsāṁsi, prītaḥ provāca sa-smitam, bhagavān āhatā vīkṣya, śuddha-bhāva-prasāditaḥ, skandhe nidhāya vāsāṁsi, prītaḥ provāca sa-smitam. Vaishnavis, bhagavān āhatāḥ, śuddha-bhāva-prasāditaḥ, skandhe nidhāya vāsāṁsi, prītaḥ provāca sa-smitam, bhagavān āhatā vīkṣya, śuddha-bhāva-prasāditaḥ, skandhe nidhāya vāsāṁsi, prītaḥ provāca sa-smitam. So, word for word, please repeat. Bhagavān, the Supreme Lord, āhatā, struck, vīkṣya, seeing, śuddha, pure, bhava, by their loving affection, prasāditaḥ, satisfied, skandhe, upon his shoulder, nidhāya, placing, vāsāṁsi, their garments, prītaḥ, lovingly, provāca, spoke, sa-smitam, while smiling. Translation, Śrīla Prabhupāda. When the Supreme Lord saw how the gopīs were struck with embarrassment, he was satisfied by their pure loving affection. Putting their clothes on his shoulder, the Lord smiled and spoke to them with affection. Please repeat. When the Supreme Lord saw how the gopīs were struck with embarrassment, he was satisfied by their pure loving affection. Putting their clothes on his shoulder, the Lord smiled and spoke to them with affection. Purport. Śrīla Prabhupāda comments, the gopis' simple presentation was so pure that Lord Kṛṣṇa immediately became pleased with them. All the unmarried gopis who prayed to Kātyāyanī to have Kṛṣṇa as their husband were thus satisfied. A woman cannot be naked before any male except her husband. The unmarried gopis desired Kṛṣṇa as their husband, and he fulfilled their desire in this way. For aristocratic girls like the gopis, standing naked before a young boy was worse than death, and yet they decided to give up everything for the pleasure of Lord Kṛṣṇa. He wanted to see the power of their love for him, and he was completely satisfied by their unalloyed devotion. Makam karochi vachalam pangam laite girim yar kripa tamaham vande Sri Guru Dinatarinam. Bhagavān āhatāḥ vīkṣya śuddha-bhāva-prasāditaḥ skandhe nidhāya vāsāṁsi prītaḥ provāca sa-smitam. When the Supreme Lord saw how the gopis were struck with embarrassment, he was satisfied by their pure loving affection. Putting their clothes on his shoulder, the Lord smiled and spoke to them with affection. So yes, this is a very good sentence at the end. He wanted to see the power of their love for him, and he was completely satisfied by their unalloyed devotion. So Kṛṣṇa, he is Atmaram. He is Anandamoy Vyasat. In the Vedanta Sutra, the first thing is Janmadiyashyata. He is the source. The next verse describing the source is Anandamoy Vyasat. He is full of bliss. In the Gopal Champu, Jiva Goswami says Kṛṣṇa is Kṛṣṇa, all attractive, because he is full of unlimited bliss. Everything in the creation, material and spiritual, is an expression of his bliss. He is completely satisfied. Atmaramas tamanayo nirgrantha apirukrame. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, there's a wonderful discussion quoting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu about this verse. Everyone should study that. So the devotees and Krishna are Atmarama. But yet Krishna, he's self-satisfied and everything is within him, as Mother Yashoda saw. But still he is hungry for the love of his devotees. He wants that love. Krishna is anxious for the love of the devotees. He wants to accept that love to see their happiness, to see their dedication. This is his humility. He feels, I need the love of my devotees. He is Atmarama. He is fully satisfied. All bliss is an emanation from him, but still he is anxious for the happiness of his devotees. His happiness is the happiness of his devotees. Atmarama, what is that verse? Susukam kartam aviyam. Because you are my devotee, because you are my friend, I will tell you the secrets of my opulence. And my devotees, susukam, they perform bhakti with great happiness. And that is Krishna's happiness, to see the happiness of others. Now in this Durgadam, the consciousness, the living entity, is rebellious against the Supreme Lord. So he enters into the Maya Shakti and he becomes covered by nescience. This nescience takes two forms. He avaranatmika, he loses his understanding of his spiritual nature. And then prasadmika buddhi, he becomes anxious to enjoy. He feels a lack. And then the nescience results in lust, anger, greed, illusion, pride, and envy, matsarya. Arjuna in the Bhagavad-Gita explains the terrible condition. Krishna explains, look Arjuna, you have your duty, perform your duty, but do it as an offering to the Supreme Lord. That is the message of the Bhagavad-Gita in total. But then Arjuna asks a very intelligent question. Okay, Krishna, that is the way of bliss, to act for the pleasure of Krishna, because Krishna, he always acts for the pleasure of his devotees. He is equal to everyone, but he who renders service to him, I am a friend to him, and he is a friend to me. And then we know the verse, I think it's 9th canto, that saints, the sadhus, are my heart, Krishna says. They have nothing but me in their heart. And I know nobody but them. So this is love affair between Krishna and his devotees. It is this is bhakti. Bhakti means to exchange love with the Supreme Lord. And the Supreme Lord, though he is full in all opulences, he enjoys that love. He enjoys that love to such an extent that he wants to experience the mood of a devotee. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. 3 internal reasons. He looks at Radharani and he thinks, Radharani, she's feeling this bliss. What is that mood of service that she has? What is it that she sees in me? So he becomes, he steals. Krishna is chor, makan chor. He doesn't just steal butter, but he steals the greatest thing, the bhava of Srimati Radharani. And then from the position of service to himself as his devotee, he feels that bhava of service. And then he feels the bliss that Radharani feels. And he sees in himself what is attractive. Of course, this is all inconceivable. This is all unlimited. This is all the leader of the Supreme Lord. Actually, even Krishna cannot fully comprehend his beauty, his renunciation, his shakti, his opulence, his fame, his knowledge. That is not the end point of bhakti. The end point is that, to experience this transcendental love. But when the living entity turns away from that bliss, the source, the unlimited bliss of the Supreme Lord, it is like in the night, there is a fire. If you sit next to the fire, you get heat and light, and you feel safe and guarded. But then you wander off into the darkness. It's shadows and darkness. The heat of the light is lost. So nescience means knowledge is lost, and the living entity's constitutional nature is not expressed. It is covered by the darkness. So, the solution to the material problems, this lust, and then Arjuna is answered by Krishna. He asked Krishna, okay, this is the perfect thing, that we should all act for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. That is how the spiritual world, everyone is acting for the Supreme Lord. And so now we must practice that as sadhakas. We are not parishad. We are not associates now. We are in this material world. We should practice that. But then he asked Krishna, but what is it that makes us act sinfully, as if by force? Now that's very interesting. That is a very brilliant thing, what Arjuna says, as if by force. So he's not saying we are forced to be sinful, but it appears we are forced to be sinful, as if by force. Because the choice of the living entity, we are vibhinangsa. We are separated. What does that mean? Krishna is everything. Vasudeva Savamiti. Everything is emanated from Krishna. Everything is resting upon Krishna. How are we separated? We are separated because Krishna has given us free will, choice. So we are in the material entanglement ultimately by choice. And ultimately we can get out of the material entanglement by choice. Choice, then Mahamaya. Choice, then Yogamaya. Not Mahamaya and then covered. We cannot blame Mahamaya for our troubles. We have to look at the man in the mirror and say, are you ready to do battle? Are you ready to make the right choices in your sadhana? Are you ready to take shelter of the instructions of the spiritual master? Are you ready to perform sadhana bhakti, regulated devotion, by which you can awaken the desire to attain Krishna? And the spiritual master may be great. Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta, such a great acharya. Śrīla Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Madhavendra Puri, the six Goswamis, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We have the temple in Vrindavan. We have the holy name. We have Krishna Prem in our heart, eternally established. But we individually have to choose to awaken it. Shravanadi Sudachitte Kiride Uday. The acharyas can say, Jeev Jago Gora Chandra Bole. Don't sleep in the lap of Maya. But we have to wake up. There is a saying that nobody can wake a man who is pretending to be asleep. Bing, 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 the cartels are ringing in the ear and you're, I'm asleep. I'm choosing to act. There's another one. You can take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So you can take a devotee to the Bhagavatam, but you can't make him think. You can't make him apply his intelligence. So in the beginning, buddhi yoga is there. So Buddhi Yoga means that through intelligence, understanding the material situation, understanding the wonderful nature of the spiritual world, we choose to apply ourselves to the spiritual master. We choose. And what is 16 rounds, Prabhupada said, minimum, regulative principles, 3 Gayatris, study the Vedas and teach the Vedas. 25 elements of spiritual life. Of course, 16 rounds is minimum. But this is the formula, and to live a satsangi tyagi, away from non-devotional association, so that you become inspired by good devotees. How do you know who is a good devotee? Very simple. Maksita matgata prana bodhayanta parasparam kathiyantam tamam nityam tushyanti charu. A good association is somebody with whom you can discuss Krishna. If you cannot discuss, confirmed, if you cannot discuss Krishna, if the devotee, oh, don't talk to me about that, I'm busy. Bad association. But if somebody is a devotee, he is anxious to hear about Krishna. Enlighten me. Give me your realization. Let us discuss Krishna. And Krishna has the same attitude. He is living in the heart. He is Atma Atma. He is the soul of the soul. He is enjoying the realizations of the devotee. He is enjoying giving those realizations. He's enjoying seeing the devotee wake up to pure bhakti. Just like a father in this material world. He's happy to see, oh, his child is growing. So Krishna and the spiritual masters, they take pleasure in seeing the development of a devotee. And they say, oh, my hard labor is bearing fruit. So the devotee, he offers that realization, that effort to his spiritual masters, to the disciplic succession, in gratitude. Because here is the pastimes of the Supreme Lord, and they are not under calm. This is the answer Arjuna is given by Krishna. Kama esha krodha esha rajaguna samudbhava mahashano mahapapma vidyanam iha varinam. It is lust, Arjuna. Lust. Why? Because we've wandered away from the fire of Krishna and we've gone into the darkness of the forest, and we've lost our constitutional nature, and nescience has filled us full of fruitive desire. I want to enjoy dhanam. I want to enjoy jana, followers. I want to enjoy sex life. I want to make a profit out of wandering in the forest of material illusion. But in this forest, there are crocodiles, there's tigers, there's the bellowing of elephants, there's mosquitoes. It is not a pleasant place. That is the blessing of Krishna. Don't stay in the forest. So, but we should be, Buddhi Yoga means that I learn from Shastra, from Guru. What a terrible place. Dukkhalayama sa-smitam. Nobody is happy in this world. And therefore, from my soul, I make the decision. I'm going to struggle towards the light. And if we can't do anything, then just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Everything else will follow that. Prabhupada, how did he start the Hare Krishna movement? He went to Tompkins Square Park, he had a tom-tom, and he's chanted. And everything grew from that. So this is the same thing. Your heart should be Tompkins Square Park. And in there you should chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. And if we can't do anything else, we should just chant and pray, Krishna, Give me your strength. Ainanda tanuja kinkaram patitamam vishve bhavam buddho kripaya tava pankaja stuti duli sadrisim vichintaya. O son of Nanda Maharaj, Krishna, I'm fallen down here. I have no strength. But you pick me up and make me an atom of dust on your lotus feet. You pick me up. What strength do I have against your Mahamaya? Huh? I take shelter. Krishna, you are Ashraya. You are the Atma. You are the soul of my soul. You are within my soul. I am resting upon you. Now I ask you to direct me, guide me, protect me in my endeavor. I'll do my best. But you pick me up and just make me just like Lord Brahma. He saw the gopīs. He said, these wonderful gopīs, may I just become the grass in Brajadam so that they will walk upon me and I can get the dust of their lotus feet. So when we see this, we should not think that this is the pastimes and this is the problem. Therefore, you're all experienced devotees. This is not the pastimes of material lust. This is not calm. This is prem. Calm means I want to satisfy my senses selfishly. Prem means unselfishly I want to satisfy the senses of the Supreme Lord and His devotees. Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Uttama. That this is pure bhakti. That the devotee within his heart, Nityasiddha Krishna Prem, has this attitude. This is the real nature of the soul. And this is expressed by Krishna, and this is expressed by the gopis in this verse. Krishna is not looking, superficially we may think, oh, Krishna, he wants to see the beautiful forms of the gopis. But what is he actually seeing? He is actually, it says here, he wanted to see the power of their love for him. And he was completely satisfied by their unalloyed devotion. So he wanted to see their love. He wanted to see the love of the gopis. He wanted to see how they were ready to give up all stricture. It says here that they were aristocratic. What that actually means is they were very respectable. They were following all the rules. They wanted Krishna as their husband. They were non-envious. They wanted to share Krishna. And Krishna eko yo dadati kamam. He fulfills the desires, especially of his devotees. So, we should understand something very wonderful about these pastimes of Krishna. In the Brahma Samhita there is one verse, Goluka damni nididamni taleta tasya devi maheshu deshateshu te te pravavanichya vihitascha yena govindamadi purisham tamaham bhajami. It explains there that in the Supreme Lord's creation, there are 4 dhams: Durga Dham, Mahesh Dham, Hari Dham, and Golok. Now, we may think that they are separated. We may think that Durga Dham is here and there's a barrier. Then there's Mahesh Dham and there's a barrier. Then there's Hari Dham and they're separated. No. The fragrance of all Krishna's pastimes pervades the whole creation. Achincha Beda Beda. Yes, they are different dhams. This is Durga Dham, Durga, difficult to go, difficult to get out. The husband of Durga Devi is Mahesh. So the next one is Mahesh Dham. In one sense, Lord Mahesh, the Gun avatar of Tamagun, is a special lord of this material world. He is the wife of Durga Devi. he's the husband of Durga Devi. And then Maheshtam, above this place of birth, death, old age and disease, above that there is Maheshtam. Maheshtam is like a coin. On the upper side is the spiritual world, on the lower side is the realm of nescience. And then above that is Hridam, where Lakshmi Narayan and all the avatars, the Vishnu avatars, they have their lokas, and the predominant mood is Aishwarya Bhav, Dasya Bhav. But then highest of all is Golok, where Madhurya Bhav, conjugal ras, Vatsalya Bhav, Sakya Bhav and Dasya Bhav, they're all imbued with this loving affection, and there is a forgetfulness of Krishna as the Supreme Lord. He is the local hero. He is the darling of Mother Yashoda. He's the son of Nanda Maharaj. But that Leela in Goloka is supported by the Leela in Gokul. When Krishna exhibits his pastimes in the material world, they can be divided into two: Naimitika Leela and Nitya Leela. Nitya Leela refers to the constant or the eternal pastimes of Goloka. And then there is Naimitika Leela. That means occasional pastimes, like killing of Kamsa, killing of the Asuras, the going to Kurukshetra, going to Dwarka. Now these pastimes, they generate moods, the fragrance of which, rasa, which extends all the way to Golok. Now in Golok there is no Kamsa threatening Vrindavan Dham. There is no Kamsa sending Asuras trying to... There is no Kamsa threatening Krishna. There is no Kamsa. There is no Dhanukasura. There is no Pralambasura. There is no battle of... There is no Jarasandha that are threatening Krishna. And Krishna is actually being born here. He's appearing, he's manifesting in Golok, in Gokul, in the place of Kamsa, the wicked materialist, the empiricist. And the gopīs and Mother Yashoda and especially those in Vatsalya Ras, they're feeling that Krishna, he's a small child. We must protect him, because these pastimes are actually happening. And the gopīs here, many of them, in the Ras Leela, Krishna played his flute, and the gopīs thought, we're going to go and see Krishna now. Krishna wants our service. But some were held back by their parents. Some were held back by their husbands. And it is explained in the Bhagavatam that in the anxiety of separation, they left the final remnants of their material conditioning and went to the Ras Leela in their swarup, in their spiritual form. They became purified. So this is the anxiety. Now in Goloka, there is no Kamsa threatening Krishna. But to enhance the Vatsalya Bhav, the fragrance of the pastimes of the Bhoma Leela, of Gokul Leela, that enters into Goloka. And these pastimes where the gopīs, Krishna is seeing their pure devotion. What does that pure devotion mean? They are ready to give up all respectability, all social acceptability, which is part of this material world. In this material world, Varnashram is there, and there is guna and karma. There is demand that you behave in this way, that this is your work, and this is how you must behave. There is social responsibility. But in Golok, is there varnashram? Is there any strictures? Yes, because they are felt by the Gokul Leela, by the Bhoma Leela, the threat of Krishna, the birth of Krishna. This is projecting throughout the creation, and therefore it is enhancing the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the ocean of nectar. So here we see a special aspect, that the gopis, they are proving their love for Krishna by giving up all social convention. This is why Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Parampurusha, the highest aspect of Godhead, is very difficult to understand. In the Ramchandra Leela, for example, he has one wife. He is a great respecter of his parents. He is dutiful towards his wife, so he is dutiful towards his citizens. But in Krishna Leela, all the social strictures of the material world are overcome. And that is the meaning of Sarvadama Parijyaja Mamekam Saranam Vraja. That is the final instruction of Krishna. Give up all the dharmas of this world and just surrender to me. How? Surrender to me in your spiritual form, in your swarup, in your unalloyed nature as my ecstatic devotee. And the Leela that is performed in this world and our sadhana bhakti, by pursuing it, by choosing to follow the order of the spiritual master, by choosing to regularly chant, by studying the words of the acharyas and the shastra, just like the gopis here, they're proving their love to Krishna. So our sadhana is a way to prove ourselves before Krishna. Somebody may pick up a sitar or a guitar and think, oh, it's so hard to practice. I wish I could just play it now. But then he has the desire, so he practices constantly, and he becomes satisfied. Look what I have achieved. I didn't just buy a guitar and become a maestro. I worked, I applied myself, so he can feel, I proved I am, some self-esteem is there. So that is bhakti. The difficulties that we undergo and our constant application to the order of the spiritual master and the study of the shastra and the realization of Krishna, this is how we prove ourselves to Krishna. Krishna wants to see our application, our dedication. Why? And this is also very important also, because Krishna, he can give you wealth, he can give you anything. There's one verse, what is that verse? Sarvakama, mukshakama udharyadi, akama sarvakama mukshakama udharyadi, trivrena bhakti-yogena yajite purusham param. That whether you have all desire or no desire, or you want liberation, still you should worship the Parampurusha, Krishna. So Krishna can give you whatever you want, because whatever is bestowed by the demigods is really bestowed by Krishna alone. That is in the Gita. But Krishna is careful about giving pure bhakti? Because the pure bhakta, when Krishna gives pure bhakti, he's giving control of himself. He's giving himself. So the possession of the pure bhakta is the very Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord is the possessor of the the pure bhakta possesses the Supreme Lord within his heart. What is that verse? Naham Vaikunthe. I am not in Vaikuntha, I am not here, I am not there. I am where my devotees chant my glories. Krishna is drawn to his pure devotees. He is Param Ishvara, but he is drawn and controlled by his devotees. And therefore, here in this verse, the gopīs, they gave up everything for Krishna, and so they purchased Krishna. Just like it is said in Chaitanya Lila, that Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda has opened the marketplace of the holy name. And how do I purchase that holy name? Holy name is Nama Chintamani Krishna's Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. It's full of all the rasa of Krishna. How do I get that? How do I fill my heart full of that rasa? What do I pay? Lolam, desire. And that is our essential quality, that we can choose what we desire. And if we understand that, then bhakti is easy to pursue. Because we know that it is up to me. There are no impediments. Krishna is there. What does he say? Ye tam mam prapadyante tam steva bhajami aham. Everyone, as they surrender to me, I reciprocate accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, Krishna explains. So, Krishna will respond. He'll not think, oh, he's working very hard chanting, he's studying the Shastra, he's spreading the holy name, but I like him. No, Krishna is impartial. He loves everyone, and he is scrupulous in reciprocating. If we follow Ekadashi nicely, we fast, we take lemon water with little honey, and we try to chant 64 rounds, Krishna will reciprocate. He will give us. If we chant nicely, we follow regulative principles, we daily study the Shastra 1 hour, we avoid bad qualities, we try to fill our heart with bhava, then Krishna will reciprocate. Krishna will reciprocate. There's no doubt. And there won't be any reason, I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm old, I'm young. No. Krishna reciprocates with his devotees. But the devotee is the leader. We have to approach the Supreme Lord. Why is that? Why doesn't Krishna interfere? This is a question sometimes people ask. Why doesn't Krishna just make us pure, make us go back to Godhead? Why doesn't? Well, sometimes it is stated that sometimes a devotee says, Krishna, tomorrow, I am yours. And Krishna sees, out of compassion, this devotee is struggling, but I'll just take him back. But the devotee has surrendered. So Krishna takes him. So this is the point, that Krishna, all the qualities of Krishna are unlimited. His bliss is unlimited. His humility is unlimited. So he does, with unlimited humility, even though he is Parameshwar, he is Bhagavān, he does not feel that I have the right to impose myself on this spirit soul. I have given him free will. I can't just take that away whimsically. If he wants, let him do. I will fulfill that. But those devotees that surrender unto me, then Krishna thinks, now I have an excuse. He's surrendered to me. He's chanting. He's taken diksha. He's studying the Bhagavatam. He is occasionally chanting the holy name. Now I have an excuse to take him out of this miserable material world. To lead him on the right path. But that is dependent on our choice. So this is something we must realize, that we have choice. We have that. That is something Krishna has given us. So our destination, as Prabhupada said, we are architects of our own destiny. So Kali Yuga is a very wonderful time because the holy name is especially empowered. Lord Nityananda is giving the holy name, and it is especially empowered with Nityananda Shakti. Nityananda is even more merciful. He's Guru Shakti, Ananga Manjari, Janavi Devi. He's more merciful than Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu was ready to kill Jaya and Vijay, but Nityananda said, no. If you do that, Lord, what will people say? Give them your mercy. So what did Jagai and Madai do? They made Madai Ghat, Jagai Madai right? And then they would, what did they do? They would clean the Ghat. It is said that Jagai and Madai, by their own hand, they built Jagai Madai. And then the Yatri Lok would come, the devotees would come, they would take bath, and Jagai Madai, they would have a pot of nice fresh water, and they would see that no monkeys would take the Yatri Lok's clothes. They would have a nice pot of water, and they would clean the Ghat at night, and they would be always welcoming and looking that there was no difficulty in the water, that the children were safe. They were serving the devotees. So this is the secret, that we use, that yes, we are offering everything to Krishna, but we are offering everything at the lotus feet of the Paramahansa devotees. It is that, like 10 days or 2 weeks ago, the spiritual masters, the first chapter of the Adilila, Chaitanya Charitamrita, it starts with the importance of the spiritual master. There is Krishna, there's his expansion, there's nidhāya, there's his avatar as devotee, Sitapati, there's Gadadhar Pandit, there's Srivas Pandit. These are all the spiritual masters. So the devotees, the incarnations, we offer our sadhana to them. We don't perform sadhana thinking, I'll get some benefit. No, we perform sadhana as a service. Madmana bhava mad bhakto mad yaji, as an offering. Japanam yagyanam, of all yagyas, japa is the greatest. It is yagya. When we get happiness, we offer that to Krishna. Sasukam kartam avyayam. Everything we receive by grace of Krishna and spiritual masters, we offer in return. Just like when we take bath in the Ganga, after refreshing and cleansing, we offer Ganga Jal back to Jamuna Devi, to Ganga Devi. This way we develop the most important thing, seva-bhāva. And then the spiritual world is open. Because the material world is this side, and this is the material side. In the material world there's seva-bhāva to me. In the spiritual world there's seva-bhāva to Krishna and Krishna's devotees. Seva-bhāva is our nature, das. Jivara svarupoy nichera Krishna das. But we are applying it to ourselves, but the real swarup is to apply it to Krishna and Krishna's devotees. And that is our choice. And if we understand that and we pursue that, then in one lifetime we can go back to Godhead. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you all very much for attending class. Any question? Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you very much for wonderful class. Prabhu, actually, as you said, it is right that it is by our choice. We have to be careful in our choice. At the same time, in Chatushloki Gita says that Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattah sarvam pravartate. Mattah sarvam pravartate. Everything is happening by His supreme will.
Yes, He's responding to your choice. That's the point.
Yeah, but
this is what people say. Oh, everything happening by the will of Krishna. Therefore, I'll chant when Krishna wants me to chant. This is nonsense. Krishna is giving you the power to chant when you decide to chant. Huh?
Yeah.
This is also another thing. People say, oh, I robbed the bank, Your Honor. I broke into the bank and I stole the money. But it wasn't my fault. Krishna is doing everything. He made me do it. So what does the judge say? Okay, Krishna is telling me to send you to jail for 10 years. No, we always blame. We always want to blame everyone else. Krishna is doing everything, but in reciprocation to our desire, to our activity. We can't blame Krishna. Yeah. Oh, Krishna made me get drunk. No, you got hold of the glass and you put the alcohol in your own mouth. Don't blame Krishna. That is children's logic. Why did Daddy make me go to school? No, that's the whole point I'm trying to get across. We have to take responsibility. We have to take responsibility.
Thank you.
Sudha-bhakata charana renu. And how to get that bhajan bal, that strength, by service to the pure devotees. So reading the pastimes of Krishna, reading the Acharya's purport, that is service to the pure devotees. And that is especially empowered in Kali Yuga. But people want a plasma TV and they want to look at the cricket score. Okay, stay in the material world. But don't say Krishna made me look at the television. You switched it on. Did Krishna twist your arm and say, watch the television? We have to understand this point. That's the meaning of vibhinangsa. Krishna is not imposing upon us through his humility. And so when we approach Krishna, oh, this is just like the gopīs. He wanted to see their surrender, their love. So this is bhav bhakti, this is prem bhakti. So we're in a difficult position. We're not parishad, we're not in bhava, we're not in prem. So therefore, sadhu sangha, sāva shastra hoy, lavamata sadhu sangha, sāva siddhi hoy. We have to serve the sadhu. And then we have to asat sangi tyagi. We have to avoid bad association. And we have to become fixed in siddhanta. You understand? The mind, it's at the beginning of the Chaitanya Charitamrita, one should not be averse to discussing difficult points of siddhanta because it strengthens the mind. So we have to understand the process and we have to associate nicely and avoid bad influence. Okay, it's time for breakfast. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We have to be like lions. Just like Krishna. What did Krishna tell Arjuna? Arjuna, stand and fight, armed with knowledge. So we have to rise up. We have to be like, Lord Chaitanya is the lion. We have to be lions, not mouse, mice. Oh, I'm so weak, Krishna. No, we have to roar. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai! Gaur-Nitai, Krishna Balaram, Radha Shyam, Sundar Lalit Vishaka Ki Jai! Thank you all very much. Oh, thank you too.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Did he give you 4 new bags? No. Yes, can I have one? Yeah. Anyway, he's making more. We should do. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.